Hey everybody, how you doing? That's right, we're back! You thought it was gonna take like another 5 months to get to this video, didn't you? Well, to be honest with you, I kinda did too. But let's continue. Today we're talking about Man in the Mirror. Gauche. Wait, hold on. Actually, no, wait, actually, yeah, right there. I'm the man in the mirror. I've been trapped by a stando power. Okay, so first off, I kid, but oh wow, this is so weird having all these damn mirrors in this room. It's just like, look, you can kind of see half of my head in that one, and then I have my Ichigo wall scroll on this side of the room, which is reflected in that one, and you could kind of, wait, hold on, let me see if I can get it. Yeah, there we go. Hi, everybody. This is so disorienting. Even Barry has a little mirror. Isn't that lovely? I just love that. There's little mini brick-sized household items everywhere if you just take the time to look. Okay, so I'll be straight up. Gauche, the first time I got introduced to him, we got to feel for his personality. I was kind of creeped out. I think everybody was. And I don't even have a little sister, okay? Anybody that does have a little sister would probably be even more creeped out by Gauche. It'd be like, because Gauche, he loves his little sister. No, he really loves his little sister. No, not like that. He just really creepily fawns over her and gets a nosebleed over her, which in Japan means things relating to like sexual arousal. Okay, maybe I don't get it. The point is, he was really freaking me out big time. Okay, someone that's an only child here. All right, so I'm like, all right. At least it's a defining character trait, I'll give it that much. You know, a lot of times when you start new manga and there's like a large cast of characters, like in Black Clover, you have all the Black Bulls you're getting introduced to. In the beginning of the story, it might be hard to like remember everybody. Like Vanessa, I was like, all right, we have no problem remembering Vanessa, right? But other characters, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to remember this character's name and this character's magic and what they do and their personality and stuff like that. But when we got to Gauche, I really had no issue there. I was like, oh, he's the guy that's really creepy with his younger sister. Okay, yeah, we'll remember that guy, certainly will. You know what, to be straight up, 90% of this, the creepy factor that I felt, just comes from the fact that he has the nosebleed. You know, if you just took that away, it would still be creepy. You know, like a little bit overly protective of your sister, but a good chunk of it will be removed because of what the nosebleed, like, is symbolic of in Japan. Like, what that is indicative of. And to feel that for like a little sister, that's really messed up. Like, for a bunch of reasons. But if you took that away, and it was just, like, him looking at a picture of, like, Marie, like, oh, lovely Marie, sweet, innocent Marie. And then that's all there was to it. He didn't have the nosebleed. I'd be, all right, he's just a really overly protective, you know, big brother type. Oh, okay, but yeah. So anyway, his arc, the arc in Nice, I believe was the name of the town where Sister Teresa was helping out, you know, Asta and Ghost trying to rescue the kids from Barrow and everybody. And then there was the snow kid. I think his name was Neju or something like that. And it was like Neji. His name was Neji. Let's just go with that. Now it was like Neju or something. But anyway, yeah. So that was when I started reading Black Clover weekly. I started like right at the tail end of the Capitol invasion with all the zombies, and I saw a few chapters there, and I'm thinking, oh, this seems like a pretty cool series. And so then I sped through all of the chapters of Black Clover up until that point, and then I got to that arc, and I was reading that, you know, weekly, and I'm like, all right, let's see what we got. And to be fair, when Gauche was being revealed as like, okay, he's going to be a central character in this arc, I was like, okay, but his intentions are noble. He cares about his sister. His sister got kidnapped by a bunch of mages and using their magic for some, you know, evil purposes, and I'm thinking, okay, well, he certainly really does love his sister, so that'll be at least cool to see him, like, burst in and, like, just nuke everybody. Like, what's his ability? What's his magic? And we find out his magic is mirror magic. And I gotta tell you, I was actually really interested in that, because that's something you see it in anime, but not that often, okay? Like, you get, like, standard, you know, powers, like, I'm the fire guy, I'm the ice person, right? But then you get more unique abilities every now and then in anime, and I think mirror abilities, mirror magic, is definitely one of those, where how many mirror users can you really name off the cuff in anime? It's like, okay, well, we got Charlotte Brule from One Piece, because I'm the One Piece guy. Why do you think I own all these mirrors? These are mostly left over from Brule's video. So we got Brule. Inuyasha, remember Kana from Inuyasha? Yeah, little girl, she had mirror powers. Another one of my favorite series, Mare, one of my favorite isekais. The main villain, Phantom, kind of the main villain, Phantom. I'm not going to give you spoilers for that story. He had an ability where he traps people in mirrors. There was Haku from Naruto, the crystal ice mirror, single hand, sign technique. That was pretty cool. And here's something. Mercurymon from Digimon Frontier, which is consistently, I would say, my favorite season of Digimon. At least when I was a little kid. I haven't rewatched it since I was like 8 or whenever it came out, but Digimon Frontier was my favorite season growing up. Like, I love the first 2 seasons, obviously, and then I like the card game aspect with the third one, but I remember getting home from school and watching Digimon Season 4 Frontier, and I just, like, I love the theme song, and I love the whole show, and all the characters were great, and the whole idea, like, fusing with your Digimon. I remember that, okay? So yeah, Mercurymon for the Whizzle. Okay, so, beyond that, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of other, like, a few other, like, side characters and stuff. I'm sure there's other anime I haven't seen where there's mirror users and stuff, but there's really not that many of them. There's way more, like, lightning users or earth users in anime than there are mirrors users. So I'm thinking, okay, and the way that Gauche uses his powers is actually really badass. Like, it's really cool. Like, I'll be straight up, like, if I had to choose one particular grimoire to get from Black Clover, like, Gauche's mirror magic would probably be in, like, my top 10, probably my top 5. Because it's just so cool, all the stuff you can do with it. Alright? And it really just proves how powerful Gauche is as a mage when he busts into that cave and he starts wrecking their shit. Alright? Now, he has to be careful because, Marie's there and everything. But he busts in riding on his broom. He's standing up on his broom and he just, like, mirror magic and just summons a mirror next to him and it just, boom! It can just fire off lasers. And then he can make other mirrors for the lasers to bounce off of and just collectively wreck everybody's shit. Alright? And I'm like, alright, that is pretty cool because you have to have, like, some, like, math skills here. Like, okay, I'm gonna create my first mirror, Reflect Ray, and that's, Reflect Ray, Reflect Refrain, those are cool, like, names for the abilities. So you summon a mirror, shoots a laser beam, and then it, like, the villain, like, oh, he's just a straight shot, so he's like, aha, I've dodged you, and then, like, no, you didn't. You think you did, but you didn't. And then he summons another mirror behind him and just bounces him right back and hits him in the back. Or he could do, like, this really complicated, he could summon a bunch of mirrors at once. So it's just like, summon like 10 mirrors, the lasers bouncing around all over the freaking room. You can't keep track, and before you even figure out how many mirrors there are, boom, you get shot in the back of the freaking face. Back of the face, that's right, yeah. So, I just love that, like, the dynamic of his magic and everything. And then he's got other abilities, because you'd figure all the things that come from mirrors, not just, like, bouncing attacks back, but also the fact that, you look into a mirror, and you're doubled, so he has an ability called Real Double, which just creates a copy of himself, which just magnifies his magic even more. I wouldn't even say it's like a split thing, where it's like a 50% from each clone or anything. It's just like, literally, he has another self that can also create more mirrors and more lasers, and just make an even more just crazy scene for the opponent to watch, okay? Now, obviously, there's some magic that this works for more than others. So Sally had her, like, Jello magic. I'm just going to call it her Jello magic. Created that salamander, right? When the lasers hit that thing, it kind of, like, obscured, it kind of refracted the light, and it got hit, and it got blasted out. Didn't really have a lot of effect on that. But, as you can imagine, light magic is insanely susceptible to this. In both ways. It actually works both ways. If your opponent is using light magic, then you could summon a mirror in order to just take the light magic and then fire it right back at them. So it's actually the kind of natural enemy to that regard, like, sort of like, well, dark magic would be the natural enemy, but you know what I mean. But it can also be used as a combination attack. Somebody fires off light magic that's your ally, you summon mirrors to, like, fire it off and then do the reflect refrain thing, and then that's how Patri and Droa, who is the elf reincarnation of Gauche, worked together to completely destroy the Black Bull's hideout. With that, like he created, like, light swords, and he threw them, and then Droa created the mirrors, and then just completely leveled the building. All right, I love that. I love how at the end of, because they ended up fighting against well, we thought leaked at the point of the story there, leaked like the master of the Eye of the Midnight Sun. He shows up in that cave after all those fights, and he's using light magic, which is insanely rare, insanely powerful. And then Gauche, at that final scene, he created that full reflection where he summons like the giant mirror, and he's just like, all right, here we go, full reflection, and then boom, and then the fires it right back at him. I love that. All right, so, you know, still kind of creepy, but at least the way he uses his magic and summoning all the mirrors and everything and firing lasers, I'm like, it's pretty damn cool to watch, okay? And can he get cooler? Well, yes, in terms of aesthetic, he can, because he also has a magical mirror eye, because Gauche is one of those characters that has, like, an eye obscured by his hair, like, constantly. I can't really do it because I just got my hair cut, but you know what I mean, right? And so with those characters, like Sanji from One Piece, it's like, what are they hiding under there? And we find out Sanji isn't hiding anything, but Gauche is certainly hiding something. He has a magical item, a magic mirror eye implanted into his, I believe it's his left eye. Yeah, it's right eye that's always revealed. So it's his left eye, and then he can look at somebody with his magic eye. He can store magic in mana inside of it, and then when he stares at somebody, he can implement the mirror magic onto them in the case with Mirror Brigade, with Asta. So Asta's going up against somebody, and it's got crazy magic power. The mud dude, Barrow, he has that giant mud golem thing, and his anti-magic will work. It's just that he can't hit, it's like a big target. He can't hit all of it at once. So he's like, okay, Asta, this sucks. I hate to use this on you of all people, but look into my eye. And Asta's like, what? And he looks into his eye, and he creates a bunch of Astas. He creates Mirror Brigade, and so all of the Astas all have their own anti-magic swords, and they can all attack and just destroy Barrow's spell with ease. So you look at it all like that, and Gauche has a lot of stuff in his toolbox. Quite a bit of it, right? So yeah. Now, about his backstory here. Okay, so the way that this went is that they were part of the Adlai family. Okay, every time I see his last name, I want to say Adlai, but there's no other A. It's A-D-L, so I guess it's just Adlai, but Adlai. I don't know. I'll probably mix back between the two. I've noticed with Black Clover, there's a lot of names that I mispronounce. I mean, you could say that with pretty much any story, but it seems with Black Clover, that's, like, more prevalent. I don't know why. But anyway, they're part of the Adlai family, and their parents die through an unknown accident, and then another family member showed up and basically just took all their money from the family vault and then, like, kicked Gauche and Marie out, essentially. And that was a dick move. And so, I mean, not quite as tragic as all the other, you know, Black, you know, Bulls past and everything like that, but pretty damn tragic. Your parents are dead and your home is taken away from you, but hey, at least you still got each other, right? Okay. So, they start traveling the countryside. This actually ties back into Gauche and Marie meeting Gray in the last episode when I brought that up, how, you know, Gray transformed into one of her sisters, and then she was attacked by a bunch of brigands on the road, and then Ghost showed up and saved her, and is like, you know, if you're not committed to running away, then you should just go back home. And so Gray is indebted to Ghost for that. Eventually, Ghost, because him and Marie, he was responsible for raising his sister, he had to make sure she was fed and clothed, and of course he wanted nothing but the finest of fineries for his little sister. Eventually he ends up breaking into a noble's house. He got caught doing that, and he got thrown in prison. Didn't really last very long though, because he ended up breaking out and meeting Yami, and they fought briefly, but it was very clear Yami was stronger than him. He's like, so, you're pretty strong. Want to join my squad? Like, okay. It's like, Yami knows how to pick him, I'll tell you that much. Escaped prisoner, really powerful, mirror magic. Yeah, I mean, the sister thing's a little alright, but, you know, come on down, I guess, right? Okay. And Marie, at this point, when Ghost got put in prison, she got sent to the orphanage in Nice, cared for by Sister Teresa. I almost said Santa Teresa, because I'm still wired on Bleach there. But, so she's there, and she's really having none of Ghosh's bullshit, because she's like, alright, it is not healthy for you to be around Marie that much. I don't even care if you are her bigger brother. Like, this is not a normal kind of relationship that you have with her. So, like, she limits the amount of time he can visit her and everything. and doesn't really like dealing with her. But she understands that he's a really strong mage in his own right. And when they, the kids got kidnapped and went to the, the cave, it's just like, okay, Gauche, you have to go, save your sister. No, not just save your sister, save all of the children. But of course, Gauche is like, I don't care about the other kids. I just care about Marie. It's like, of course you do. Just go and just defeat the bad guys and get the kids back, please. Asta, go with them. And then she goes as well and everything. So, yeah. Now, after that moment, we got still a few scenes with Gauche. He went with Gordon to the Royal Library to study to cure, like, Asta's arms and everything like that. But it was mostly just that arc that we got, like, all of the stuff he could do and be like, all right, yeah, definitely later on in the story, that's going to be a lot of fun. And later, when the Black Bull hideout is attacked, before the elves are reincarnated, we got to see him team up with Gordon and with Gray there. Then we get to the moment where the elves are reincarnated. Not only is Gauche reincarnated into the elf Droa, but his sister is reincarnated into the elf Ekara. Okay, and this gives us a little bit of an introspective on their relationship and why Gauche is so attached to her. Because they were brother and sisters when they were elves too. Droa and Ekara were both brother and sister. Okay, well, then they ended up dying because the Who-Mans attacked 500 years ago, and they died in that horrible fiery cataclysm, essentially. And so now you understand why their souls, like when they're reincarnating in Gauche and Marie, why Gauche is so attached to his little sister. Because this whole cycle thing, they were ripped apart from each other so cruelly back then, in such a bad way. Now Gauche is super protective of Marie for that reason. Okay, so, it's still kind of creepy with the copious amounts of nosebleeds. Maybe work on that a bit. But it makes sense now, at least more, why, he's as attached to her as he is. And so he ends up attacking the Black Bulls and Asta and everybody's there. And not just himself, Droa has, of course, the mirror magic, but Ekara, his sister, Marie, the reincarnate there, also has her own type of magic, which works in conjunction with the mirror magic, and that's her eye magic. Okay, so her power is very simple. If you look into Ekara's eyes, you get paralyzed and your magic is sealed off and you can't move. Alright, well that's not a big deal. All you gotta make sure is not to stare at the little girl right in the eyes, and you'll be good. Oh, wait a second! Mirrors everywhere! Yeah, and then Asta ends up looking in one of the mirrors, and because he summons them, he can pretty much summon them wherever he wants and how many he wants. And so he does, and then also a bunch of different styles and designs. It's not just one type of mirror. He can make all types of mirrors. So he does that. Asta looks into the mirror, gets paralyzed. They managed to get out of that fight, and it was a very, very, very tragic thing at the end of it, because it's like, oh, they're being separated again. I mean, not really, because you still have Gauche and Marie, but, Droa and Ekara, they're like, oh, okay, we're together again, I guess, forever in that sense. Okay, so it's a very emotional battle. But it gives us, and then it gives the whole thing with Patri with the light magic combination and wrecking the fortress. So yeah, really, really powerful magic there. Because of his attachment to Marie, Gauche really is pretty rude to everybody else, honestly. In fact, I can't think of anybody that Gauche is really super nice to other than Marie. There's people that he, like, tolerates, like, obviously, Yami, he's his boss, so he'll listen to Yami when he gives an order for the most part and things, but he's not, like, super, super chummy with anybody. In fact, it really is bordering on obsession. No, I take that back. It is obsession, 100%, because if left to his own devices, Gauche would literally just take out, like, a little picture of Marie and just, like, stare at it for, like, 12 hours. Like, he would literally wake up, and if he had nothing to do that day, like, well, I don't have any missions to do today or anything. All right, then, well, I'll be in my room, everybody. And he'll just sit in his room on his bed, staring at a picture of his sister, like, Marie, you're so adorbs. And then, like, before you know it, oh, it's already midnight. All right, well, that was a day well spent. Night, Marie. Yeah, so there's that. Also, now, okay, he will actually be nice to you if, I guess, you want to talk about how much he loves Marie, I guess. Like, I don't know how you would really initiate that conversation, because that also might be taken as, like, an insult. Like, it's like, all right, I want to connect. Like, if you're a member of the Black Bulls and you're like, all right, I really want to connect with Gauche. I want to hang out with him. I want to get to know him. Okay, well, it's like, all right, well, what's something he's interested in? Like, if somebody's really into, like, basketball, you can be like, hey man, what's your favorite basketball team, right? So, like, what's Gauche into? His little sister. Okay, like, what's her hobbies, or what do you like to do with her? And oh god, no, not even that's getting creepy. And it'd just be like, Gauche would, I don't know if he would take that like, oh, you want to talk about Marie? Well, I could talk about her all day. So these are our top 10 favorite things to do on Thursday afternoons. Now, on Thursday evenings, it switches up a bit. So I want you to pay it. He might do that, or he might just be like, what are you trying to talk about Marie for? I'm the only one that's not talking about Marie. You get the hell away from me right now. I'll mirror blast you. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to strike up a conversation. It's the only thing you ever talk about. Like, yeah, it is, because I love her. I'm like, all right, fine, bye. Yeah. So that might also be the result. It's just so, I honestly, if I was a member of the Black Bulls, I would probably avoid Gauche. I would just stay away from him. I'd chill out with Finral. Finral would be fun to hang out with, right? It'd be like, hey, Finral, you want to go into town and hang out a little bit? Yeah, man, that sounds fun. Let's go, okay? You hit on some ladies? Well, I'm not that talented at that. But we could go out, I don't know, we go bowling or something. Or is there bowling in the Black Clover universe? I don't know. Okay, let's go bowling together. Fine. I'll hang out with Finral. Magna, he'd be fun. Let's go play some baseball, Magna. Let's go do it. Right, okay, cool, fine. But yeah, with Gauche, it's just like, just avoid, I guess. But, at the end of the day, he came to Asta's trial to save him and everybody. It's like comrades in arms and all that stuff, right? If someone's in really bad danger, if there is an attack on the base or an attack on the comrades, Gauche does care for them, and he's getting better, of course. It's just maybe that Marie obsession has a little bit of a social barrier to other people, right? In the most recent chapters, we had Gauche get impaled by a giant sword. Thanks, Dante. So he's down, but it looks like Gray is going to use her new magic to heal him up, and Asta confirmed in the last chapter I can still sense his key, so he's still alive. So I kind of want to see some development between Gray and Gauche a little bit there. It seems very clear to me that Gray is like harboring romantic feelings for him. Yeah, I don't know how he would take that. The best that I can kind of hope for from Gauche's perspective would just be like if Gray ever confessed to him, like if Gray actually got enough confidence to be like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna confess to Gauche how I feel, and she finally tells him, Gauche, I really, really like you. I could, like, the best way I could possibly see that going is Gauche being like, well, keep in mind, I can never like you as much as my adorable sister Marie, but if you want to go out, sometime or something, we can maybe go shopping for Marie and get her some nice stuffed animals. You could come with me, I guess, and help me. She is a girl after all, and you are a girl. I guess you could help me pick out stuff. I mean, I'm obviously the best at picking out stuff for Marie, but I guess you could give me a second opinion, I suppose. Honestly, that's like the best I could hope for with them getting into any kind of relationship. But we'll see where it goes, right? Okay. Yeah, that's Gauche there. Hope to see more of his mirror magic, at least in the future, right? Okay, well, here's the thing. I would say at this point, we're almost done. We just got Sekiri, and then we got Yami, and then that's it. But if you saw the most recent chapter of Black Clover, yeah, there's gonna be more. There's always more. Alright, but, I guess I did pick a good time to pick this back up. I was absent from doing these for like 4 months. And then we had, like, okay, Gray's backstory all of a sudden, and now new mysterious member of the Black Bulls, and then Sekirei joined, and then, like, alright, so, and then we still have Yami to talk about, right? So I think I picked a good time to pick back up on this, if nothing else. But, alright, next time we'll be talking about the petite bird girl. Alright, you guys have a good one. Tekking signing out. Full reflection! Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can just get the entire... Yeah! Now you are the YouTuber! You will now participate in making videos for everyone to enjoy. Go ahead, guys. This is what I see every single day. This is what I'm talking... I should just draw a smiley face on the wall and just pretend I'm talking to that every single day. Alright, well, have a good one, everyone. Tekking signing out.